Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NBA Edition. I'm your host Justin Jones here with co-host Jalen Green and co-host Sebastian Pluvios. How y'all doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, I'm doing
Everyone's
well.
everyone's ready to talk basketball.
Of
Let's do it
course.
every week.
All right, so let's just dive right into it. Both the Lakers and Nets are off the slow starts this season with the Nets at 1-5 and the Lakers 0-5. Both of their seasons in the early starts just has not gone to plan for either team. Jalen, I will start with you. Which team start is more disappointing, the Lakers or the Nets?
I would say the Lakers. They still haven't gotten the win or haven't figured out their situation with the rotation wise with Westbrook or how to situate him or a solid starting lineup as well. Their play style it's not fitting for the rest of the team. Like they want to shoot threes, but they don't have shooters. On the defensive end, I feel like they're pretty solid on the defensive end. That's not a problem for them. Also, you have AD like up in the air again, with whether he's playing or not. I think he was recently like injured. Has like periods of times in certain games where he has like little tweaks, but then tries to fight through it. So you definitely have that. You also have a new coach too, so he's trying to implement a new system, trying to figure out things as well. So it's definitely like more so disappointing because it's just a lot of turmoil on their part. I feel like on the Nets, it's more so like a figuring out process, but I feel like they're solid on what they are as a team. I feel like KD has looked good, Kyrie has looked good, Ben Simmons is getting into motions as much as people like try to like say he's not doing well. I feel like he's doing solid for the season, averaging just above 7 assists, 6 rebounds. The points scoring wise, okay. We get like he's never been that much of an aggressive scorer, but on the floor he's been doing his part as well. Nick Claxton has looked great. They also had injuries with T.J. Warren, Steph Curry just came back yesterday. Joe Harris is still hasn't been in the lineup, so they do have injuries. I don't find it more so disappointing. All their games have been close, very close games at that. Very good games as well. I did watch a couple of Nets games. They definitely look great they definitely look great playing. Like I feel like playing wise they definitely look great, but it's just kind of like down the wire where they need to figure things out for themselves. But I feel like it's more disappointing on the Lakers because there's nothing figured out, not there, no system that they're solid on. No, there's too much stuff that they have up in the air that's not fitting or figured out yet. So on their part, I feel like that's more disappointing.
All right. Seb, same question for you. Which team start is more disappointing to start the season, the Lakers or the Nets?
I'd have to go with the Nets. Coming into the season, you think they had everything figured out? Kyrie and Katie both back, Ben Simmons healthy. You think they get off to a faster start or even a better start at that? But it's looked like they still having to find an identity. KD and Kyrie are always going to show up every night. But what bothers me some is Ben Simmons and how he's playing right now. He's doing all the little variables, diming the ball, rebounding. Well, I just feel like he's in a position now where he could be the aggressor. And I feel like that he hasn't done that yet, which is holding them back, as well as that and having him and Nick Claxton in the lineup because you have two non-shooting guys, two guys that cannot shoot, well, one that refuses to shoot, and the offense which is just clogging it up. Joe Harris and Seth Curry is not back too, but I did feel like 1-5 to be exact is not the particular start that they had envisioned, or neither did everybody else had envisioned. So I'm also disappointed with that. With then so the Lakers, you already figured out what it kind of got a sense of what was going to go on with that team, just because like they're bringing in new pieces, pieces that don't shoot. That going into the offseason, everybody knew that this roster couldn't shoot. So everything that they said about the non-shooting and the struggles that was going to happen, all of that came into light more so in these games now. But it's more so with the Nets that you had the expectation that everybody's back and healthy as well. You would expect them to at least have a better start instead of just winning one game.
All right. For me, like this was even harder to choose because both these teams have kind of been garbage to start. Um, but in my personal opinion, like, and it's so close, I really couldn't choose. But if I had to, I'm gonna say I will agree with Jalen. I feel the Lakers have has had the more disappointing start due to the key point that Jalen said they haven't won a game yet. Even the Sacramento Kings have won a game. The Orlando Magic have won a game. The only game the Lakers have even kind of been in position to really win has been against the Portland Trailblazers, where they blew it within the last minute of the game. At least I guess you can say for the Brooklyn Nets, a lot of well, at least 4 out of the 5 games they have been in position to win the game. It's just some late game things that they definitely have to figure out. The Lakers, even though they're better defensively. They're a top 5 defensive team right now. Just they're shooting historically the worst percentage to form for a 0-5 start. They just can't shoot the three ball, but they continue to shoot threes. Anthony Davis is already starting with the whole injury thing. He it's like every time that the season's supposed to get out to a good start, he takes a fall and then he's in and out the lineup. I just Russell Westbrook, I will commend him for it seems accepting the bench role, and he played pretty decently. But he shouldn't even be a sick like I don't want to say he shouldn't be coming off the bench. I feel with his contract getting paid all that money and that value, he shouldn't be a bench player. So that's already a disaster that we had to move him there just for that to work. And then LeBron James has to be accountable too because LeBron James is shooting so many 3-point shots and he's just not making them. I feel like I've seen at least 2 games to where he takes a
Where he's
deep three
settling.
and it was say it again.
I was saying like you think that he's settling like where he's just selling for too much threes.
Well, then here's the thing though. I don't like to see it as a fan, but I can understand why. Because as you get older in age, you don't want that wear and tear on your body always go into the basket. Even though he could do it, usually what LeBron likes to do, as y'all both know, is kind of preserve himself from the playoffs. But then it's like this team might not even make the play in. So he's just shooting a lot of threes at a very bad percentage. I just think he's just gonna have to pass the ball. But then here's why I feel Anthony Davis is kind of such a big problem because he's supposed to be that guy. Now I believe on the season he's averaging like 24 points and like 9 rebounds, something like that. But people say that's solid. No, that's not enough. And we watch someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo, that he's just more dominant. Like him just averaging 24 and 9. That just wouldn't even be Giannis. Like he's more aggressive. And I remember years back when you used to try to compare the two, and people used to say Anthony Davis is better. Right now, he's just not even in that conversation. So with all those factors going on with the Lakers, I just feel they have had the more disappointing start. But I just want to address something real
All right,
quick. Hold on.
go ahead.
Of what Jalen said about Ben Simmons has been solid. No, he has not. And you always do
I
this. You always play these cop outs, and that's just not true. He's not been solid
don't
because
baby
even
him.
How, but
but hold on, because, and I'm even talking about offensively because he's never shown us really that offensive aggressive game. People are picking him apart defensively. Luka Doncic is literally looking for that switch because he wants to go at Ben Simmons. Zion Williamson is saying, "Move out the way. Let me back him down. He can't guard me." Giannis
Yeah,
Antetokounmpo on the same thing.
Tom
So you can't
Morant. The list goes on.
exactly. So you just can't say he's playing solid. No, he's not. You have to
he,
hold him accountable. He's not playing solid at
And he
he is.
all.
airballed the layup too.
Hold on.
Come on, he's not been solid. Katie
He
and
has been,
Kyrie have been solid, but no, Ben Simmons is not. Don't
but
do that.
okay, but you see how you just pointed. That's one part. Okay,
That's a
the
major
defensive
part
part.
though.
But okay, but listen, bro. His job as a facilitator and he's been doing an excellent job rebounding as well. And granted, his job is to take on the best matchup every night. So if he's getting matched on it, that's his job. Period. There's no one else on that floor that's gonna have that responsibility. You feel me? You could say, yeah, Luke, you can't stop Luca from scoring 40. You can't stop
We gave
Zion from
a
being
lot of
that. You can get a
people
couple
a lot of
project.
stop
Yeah,
Wait.
doing
yeah.
But
Oh,
hear this
bro,
though. Hear this.
can I finish, bro? You
Go
could
ahead.
see
Go
how
ahead.
you can you of
that.
course these are
Period.
super.
We just seen them play the Indiana Pacers, and they had Tyrese Halliburton and Benedict. whatever that kid's name is.
Bennett Madford, put some respect on
You
his
have them
name.
looking like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So this team is terrible defensively, and a lot of that falls on Ben Simmons. If we're not expecting nothing
But
on offense, we
bro,
would defense, bro.
All right,
People
but
Jalen, let me ask you.
but
Let me
that's
ask
what
you
I'm
this.
get
saying, bro.
soft.
Let me ask you
Jalen.
this,
Listen,
Jalen.
listen,
Stop
listen,
doing
Let me
that,
ask you
bro.
this, Jalen.
These people
bro.
are getting
Listen,
paid over.
bro.
Do you
Can I
see his contract?
talk,
Do
Wait,
you
hold
see
on,
his
hold on. Wait, hold on,
bro?
Justin. Hold
Let
on, hold
me,
on, hold on. Let
bro.
me ask Jalen one question. Jalen, let me ask you one question.
Go ahead, bro.
When they traded for Ben Simmons, what was the only things that they asked Ben Simmons to do when he got on this board? They didn't
Play
ask
make, play defense.
and
play
is he doing
defense
that?
and facilitate.
Yes, bro. Hold
Is
up,
is he doing that?
bro.
Is he
Okay,
doing that? Because at the
can
end
y'all,
of the day, he's taking on these matchups and they're guys fouling out.
Nah, yeah, we're gonna get you. I don't care if
He's
you get
bro?
fouling
say
out. He
Cause
has
y'all
more
not
foul
letting me.
outs than points.
Y'all not
yes, yeah.
letting me talk. Y'all not letting me talk.
All right, Jalen, you
Y'all
got the floor.
blaming defense on one person, bro.
Oh no,
That's
stop! No, you're not gonna do
bro.
that.
See, and I'm getting you already cutting me off,
All
bro.
right,
Cutting
because
me off, bro.
you're
You're
not
already cutting
saying
me off.
things that I did not say. I just said the whole team is bad defensively, but Ben Simmons is the biggest factor in that. He's supposed to be their
But
best
he's
defensive
been the
player.
best defender on the Nets, though.
It doesn't seem like it. The way that these opponents are going off on him, it does not seem like it.
I guess, bro.
What
But
do
I
you
mean, tell me not.
guess?
Giannis Antetokounmpo gave him the work. 44
bro,
points.
it's Giannis. Like, yeah,
All right, and Ben Simmons is
But
supposed to be the
but he's
best
supposed to
defensive
be
player, bro. And it's not
Ben.
like it's been all these other players. That is all these
Ben
players are going off on Ben Simmons.
Sev, Ben Simmons before that whole Atlanta debacle, he was regarded as one of the best defensive players in the
yeah.
league, bro. And this
But
was
what
not
do you
happening. Oh, this
what
is
do you want?
happening.
You want him to restrict Giannis to get to 20 or something? It's Giannis, bro.
Oh,
This is
bro, no.
Luka. Like these are the best matchups every night, and you're telling you, oh, he's doing a bad job. If Giannis has 40, you
Doing
feel
a
me? What do you
bad
like?
job,
It's
bro.
the best matchup every night. Like I don't understand. He's the only perimeter defender
But
Here's what
on the
we're not
court.
saying that. It's coming with ease, though. That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
It's
Okay,
coming with ease. These
it's not
players are
the whole
going off
game,
on a
bro. It's
consistent
not the whole
basis.
game. It's not
But
the whole
it's
game.
what
You
I'm
feel
saying
me?
is these players are
Bro,
coming off on a consistent.
we done seen versus the Mavericks. Ben Simmons came in clutch with a big defensive play and a good, and you feel me, and a good play make to Durant. We seen him in those situations. He's a good defender. Don't go off with one or two possessions and say he's a bad defender. If you're gonna watch the game, watch the
This
whole game, bro.
this
He's get
team
okay. Granted,
one
bro. I
five,
seen.
bro.
Bro,
This
if you're gonna watch the
not
whole game, watch the whole
one
game.
five.
Where do all
I
the
seen,
fouling out comes in place?
bro. Listen. I seen possessions where okay, like Luca cooked him. You feel me? Zion taking it to his chest. You feel me? But he's still back the next possession, bro. That's like his job. Okay, he gets
He
beat the next possession, but he's back the next
he
possession, bro. He's the best defender.
Jalen, he damn near has as many fouls as points, bro. He's also fouling out of games. Do you also see that?
That's one game he fouled out. He's not fouling out of
Two, bro.
games.
It was two,
One
bro.
game.
It was two.
Preseason, bro. It's the regular. It's one preseason. Like, come
It
on,
was
bro. You're
All
not
two,
gonna.
right. So
bro.
besides the defense and the playmaking, there's Kyrie's literally begging the man to shoot as well. You got to
And
hold that to
not and
accountability.
he's
You're icing your offense
bro.
when you refuse to shoot the ball as well as be aggressive. 9 points is not being aggressive. At the end of the day, Ben Simmons is a guy that averages 14 when he was in Philly. 9 point single points is not gonna cut it though. That's what we're saying. He has not been the best right now.
Okay,
Jalen,
but he has definitely played
Jalen,
solid. You're not gonna tell me
How
he
is
no,
that
hasn't.
bro,
solid?
that's not
That is a first
solid,
pick.
bro. Yo,
That
you're
is a
crazy.
first pick.
No,
Bro,
A first pick
that do
averaging 9 points is not
that
solid.
do that do rag is too tight on your head, bro. I don't know what the hell is wrong
bro,
with you.
y'all are crazy, bro.
Bro, these triple singles is not solid, bro. This is not Draymond. He cannot play a Draymond
Bro,
position.
but do y'all know? But do have y'all ever like? Okay, boom. Y'all know Ben Simmons as a player, and Ben Simmons as a player has been doing Ben Simmons things. Okay, granted, the 6 points, okay, cool, but the 6 rebounds and 7 assists per game is Ben Simmons, and that's his job on the floor and taking on the best matchup.
He
He's been
is
doing that.
not producing enough. Period.
I guess, bro.
You took a whole year and a half off of a basketball. 9 points is not gonna cut it. And especially when people have been commenting about your game saying, oh, he can't shoot or he refuses to shoot. This is your opportunity to shoot. Nobody's gonna harm him if he decides to
He's
shoot.
never
You
gonna
have to
shoot.
at least show some type of versatility on the floor. You are a
No, no,
liability on offense if you're
no,
not willing
no,
to shoot nor be aggressive or pass out of shots. We've
He
seen Ben
never gonna
Simmons
do
pass
it.
out
Hold
of
on, hold
numerous
on,
shots.
hold on, hold on, hold on. But I'm not even talking about per se shooting jump shots. He's scared to go to the basket in critical times, Jalen, because he's scared to shoot free throws late game or early in the game. That's a problem. Now he's a liability on the court. And I'm also saying, do you know how much? But then when it's time for these players to get contracts, Jalen, they want the big bucks. But then in big moments, he's not showing up.
But
That's
what?
a problem.
But that's
You
not. That
cannot
hasn't.
say that,
That's not. That's nothing crazy because it's been like that since the beginning, bro.
Ben Simmons
Jalen.
averaged 14
I
points
seen a
coming
game.
this season
I
so
seen a game.
far.
I seen a game where he was in Philly and Joel Embiid was out. It was against the Utah Jazz when he had about it was like
40.
damn near it was like a damn near a 40-point triple double. So we seen he can do it. I'm not gonna let him get away with it. The problem is that media like you want to give all these players passes, bro, and then they feel like they can just do whatever they want. You have to
Passes,
say,
bro. I'm not giving him passes, bro.
bro, you
Well,
have
from what
to.
I've seen, it's solid. Y'all
Bro,
act like
has
okay.
not
I get it. I get
solid.
it. Hold on. I get it. You feel me? You want Ben Simmons to be great. Get it.
Oh,
You got,
wants him
but
to be
solid. He's been doing a solid job. He hasn't been
no. I
bad, bro.
want
He
him
has
to
not been
be
playing
more. He
bad.
has to
Nah,
be
Don't
more.
sit here and say
I
he's been
can't
playing
say
bad, bro.
solid. You have
He
to get
hasn't
on the
been
court and
playing
be
bad,
solid
bro.
and produce.
I said
No,
solid.
he
Okay,
has
y'all
been.
want him to be great, but
Has
you're not
been.
gonna sit here and say he's been playing bad.
No,
I,
he's
I
failing the
will say
big three. That's supposed to be a
bad.
big three.
He's
Your
been bad.
big three cannot
But
have one
I,
player
w-
averaging 9 points.
You're not gonna say he's been playing bad, bro.
I, I will say it though. I'm saying it. What do you mean? I'm not gonna say he's been
He's
playing bad.
lacking the aggression. He's getting what he can. The only points that he can get off is possibly fast break opportunities where he does not have to worry about going to the line or so. You
Jalen,
want Ben
Ja-
Simmons to be aggressive. If he has that physique where he could finish at the paint, he averages 14 in Philly. Anything less than that right now is a failure,
Bro, you
especially
keep
after
saying
being out the
14
do
and
bubble
you
for
Philly.
almost
14.
two
also
years.
do you also
Bro. Y'all
think
keep
the fact
saying 14 and Philly, 14 and Philly. This is his like sixth game on a new team. Like he's on
Jalen
a new
stop
team, bro. He hasn't
stop?
played in
We
like
can
a
already
year now.
we can already
Okay.
see, we can already see his mannerisms and how he's moving on the court, bro. It's soft, bro. It's soft play,
Whatever,
bro.
bro.
It's the
Yeah.
big, bro. You got people like Cameron going on rants in the car talking about he's soft, bro. Come on, everyone could see it.
He's solid, bro. He's playing solid, bro.
Yeah, you're drunk. Like you need to stop drinking.
You
Like
need to
that's
watch, bro. You need to watch more of them Nets games, bro.
you're drunk, bro. I am
Listen,
watching.
everybody got the Yes
Why
Network.
I think you're the only one watching the games and we're
Because if you're
talking
really,
about
I don't see. Okay, I see the beating
it's
on possession
soft.
certain points, but the
But you're
whole
you're
game,
just
Ben
commending
Simmons
him
is
off
not
one
playing bad,
aspect.
bro.
You're
Ben Simmons
commending
is
him
not
off
playing
one
bad the whole
aspect.
game,
Nah,
That's a first. That's a number one draft pick. You want more
bro,
out of him.
bro.
They traded James Harden for Ben Simmons. Sean
Yes,
Marks
cause
agreed to that
bro,
trade.
I feel like, bro, but I feel like your guys want him to be great. I said
Yes, of
he's
course I
playing
want my guy
solid,
to be
bro.
great.
yo, here's the problem. When Jalen debates, he doesn't listen to what the other person is saying.
I get what you're saying.
I just said to you, as time about being great, he looks timid a lot of the times, bro. I want him to be more aggressive. I'm not asking him to be the
Like
same.
that playoff series is still haunting him. That's how it looks.
Exactly,
It
bro.
still
And
looks like
all
he
the
has
players
nothing
Yeah.
see
there.
it. You understand that players talk behind the scenes, bro? A
hmm
lot of a lot of reporters are saying that players around the league are saying that he is soft, bro. That's why they are attacking him. And you hear these same things and you like to sweep it under the rug. I'm actually disgusted with you.
Yeah, okay. You're saying
Put
that
that
he's
under the rug.
soft. You're okay,
These
but
guys are literally
saying that he's
attacking Ben
soft, bro.
Simmons.
But
Players are saying it, Jalen. The players.
yeah, he's saying that he's soft, but on the floor, he's doing exactly what his job is supposed to do, bro. I'm not.
That's not the point. You're basically getting this. You're basically getting less of Ben Simmons from Philly. That's basically it. Because he did the same thing in Philly, but he was way more aggressive. That's what we're saying right now. This is less. The expectation for Ben Simmons is you took 2 years off, right? You're supposed to come back at least more of a dog. At least we're seeing the same Ben Simmons that we've seen in Philly, but it's a little less aspect due to the fact that KD and Kyrie could take on more of the offensive load. What we want from Ben Simmons right now is the fact that yes, you had these 2 years to take off. Now we want you to come back and conquer the fears that you had. Now, when you passed up that shot against Atlanta in Game 7 to pass Matisse Thybulle, we want to
Yeah,
see a Ben Simmons that takes it to the rack now.
yeah. But yeah,
Understand, we
but
know
even
what his
though,
job is already. That's the same job
yeah,
he had in Philly. Defend the best perimeter of the players and facilitate the whole offense. There's supposed to be more to your game. What have you worked on then?
yeah,
And
but
you
yeah,
go
just,
back to
but
the game. What have you
look,
worked on?
look, as you just said, he just took 2 years off and he's on a new team. He's getting adjusted, bro. You feel me? And he's been doing a solid job being getting adjusted to the new team, bro. That's
I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying,
say that
bro.
because now your
Yeah,
teammates
yeah,
are
y'all
telling you
want
to
him to come in. Y'all want him to come in and be Superman.
Here, here we go. Here we go. Do you see how he
listen.
does
His role has
that?
lessened though.
Crazy. All
His
right,
role has lessened.
we have to move on to the next segment though.
Has to.
Like,
Shout out to the Lakers and the Nets.
yeah,
Hopefully they can turn things around.
Don't
But
shout them out,
you're
man.
going
Figure
around
it
saying
out.
you're going around saying that Ben Simmons is solid. All I can say is that I pray for you.
You see what
But
Master Coron said?
Now he's seen it, but we got to move on though. To some players who are starting off their seasons on great starts. John Morant and Luka Doncic being two of the new stars in the NBA. They both have looked great to start. John Morant averaging 32 points a game, 4 rebounds, and about 7 assists. Luka Doncic averaging damn near triple double with 35 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. John Morant's Grizzlies are 4-2. Luca's Mavs are 2-3. They did take a loss last night to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but I want to ask Seb to start off. John Morant or Luka Doncic, which young star will lead their team to a deeper run this year?
I'd have to go Luka Doncic. Both are amazing talents in my opinions, but I just feel like Luka Doncic gets the edge because I feel like with Luka, he has this thing where he controls the tempo of the game. Um, for the whole the everyone that's on the court works on his type of pace as well. I feel like Luka Doncic is one of those special type of players that can do it all for you, whatever you need from him, except for really defense. Defense is not his strong suit, but just when it comes to the game overall, I just feel like he has that impact on the game that just cannot be copied. You can't really teach that. That's just something that special type of players have. I really feel like Luka Doncic being in the conference finals last year, he's hungry to get back. I feel like once Luka Doncic get into a certain playoff mode, I feel like he just shines when the lights shine brighter. He elevates his game to where it's greatness. It's greatness to see. If you look back in the Phoenix series, they was down 2-0. You see he elevated his play. Devin Booker talked a little bit of shit to him. They said everybody could talk when they're up. Luka Doncic came in those next two games on a mission. That's something I've seen. He has really dog mentality. So I do feel like it elevates him enough to where he can make a deeper run. But John Moran, the only reason why I wouldn't say the Grizzlies as well, because they have key injuries in Jaren Jackson as well. You do need a healthy team. Everybody knows usually under playoffs, a healthy team, the healthiest team usually wins in a sense. So I do feel like that, but I just have Luka Doncic on the edge just because of all the variable factors that he has, such as the dog mentality and just the magic that he does on the court that cannot be copied.
All right, and Jalen, same question for Morant or Luka Doncic. Which young star will lead their team to a deeper run this year?
Luka Doncic. I feel like the not solely them individually, they're both great players, but I feel like the Dallas Mavericks is an overall better team than the Grizzlies. I feel with people like Tim Hardaway Jr., who's been solid in his role for I feel like 6+ years now. He knows what he wants to do on the court. Effective shooter, very aggressive in the way he picks his spots. Spencer Dinwiddie, someone to relieve the ball, handling responsibilities from Luka Doncic. Christian Wood that could explode for 20 at any given moment at night. You have nothing but shooters. Dorian Finney-Smith, solid role player. Definitely knows how to rebound, defend, complements the other players on the floor as well. I feel like everything surrounding Luka Doncic definitely just complements him very well with shooting, spacing, defenders. Like you have so much stuff that complements um, Luca. On the Grizzlies, I feel like John Morant has so much responsibility to do a lot of things. He's like the ball handler, kind of orchestrating everything. There's no one else outside of that that has the ball handling responsibilities. You have Desmond Bain as a shooter. You have your big man, Jaren Jackson. Granted, he's been injured. You have, the rookies as a replacement for them. So they're definitely getting acclimated to the offense as well. Steven Adams, definitely solid in setting picks and rolls for John Moran, but he's not relieving any pressure from John Moran. You have Dylan Brooks as well. Definitely could, definitely a high volume shooter, wants to shoot the ball a lot, but kind of you could more so it's more so dependent on John Morant setting him up. It's not him he could create his own shot, but I don't feel like he has that many opportunities to create his own shot. I feel like the ball is so dependent on John Morant, and like any decision he makes, so it's heavily predicated against for him. So I don't think it's gonna help him lead far because he has too much responsibility. While on the Mavericks, it's like Luca has most of the responsibility, but at any given moment, he could step back and relieve the responsibility to someone else, and then like create his own shot for himself, or like you know. He could pick and choose when he wants to, do whatever. With John Morant, there's no picking and choosing. He has to be like a certain way the whole game. And I feel like that's why the Mavericks going to get farther than the Grizzlies, and Luka Doncic being that leader and kind of, giving everybody their freedom while also being strong in his assets as well. I feel like he's going to be able to lead them farther.
All right. Is the audio good? Y'all can still hear?
Yeah.
All right. The picture just looked a little funny, but I'm gonna have to disagree with them, the both of y'all. Have to go with I'm gonna have to go with John Morant. I think John Morant this season definitely has taken the next step. I feel he's definitely developed that 3 point shot, something that he was missing last season. So now it's like you're gonna have to even guard up on him even more and try to go over the screens and not under. And then we all know if you press too high up, that's when he can just blow by you and get to the basket. His team is 4-2 right now. The Mavs are 2-3, and I feel it's kind of like that because if you watch the Mavs play, yes, Luka Doncic is great, and we all see the offense definitely runs through him, but I feel they're also very reliant on the 3 point shot. And we all know that that could definitely win you a game, but then you also can shoot yourself out of a game. And I've seen a lot of times, like last year in the playoffs, and I'm seeing in some of these games to start the season, when that 3 point shot is just not falling, it's like the team just isn't that effective. I feel the Grizzlies play just a little bit more like a team, just a little bit better ball movement. I feel they get out in transition more, and then I feel they're also just a better defensive team. And I think that also is by the help of John Morant as well, his athleticism. We definitely see him block shots. He's definitely able to move a lot better on the court, a little quicker than Luka Doncic. Yeah, I just feel the Grizzlies just have an overall better team. If you want to say Luka's the best player out of him and Ja, I'm not really gonna argue with you on that topic too much. But I feel this team is just the Grizzlies are just a little more built for a long playoff series. I just feel sometimes the Mavs they just flame out if that 3 point shot isn't falling. So for me personally, I just feel John Morant will lead his team to a deeper run this year. Um, and we can move on to the next segment. Jalen's top five teams of the week. So Jalen, the floor is yours.
All
Wow.
right.
You gotta add the why.
Nah, yeah, nah. I told Jalen I need to see that
Shout out
enthusiasm.
Stephen A. Smith. You gotta add the why.
This guy Stephen is crazy.
All right. Do y'all,
So at
y'all
number
see me?
5, we got.
Yeah, we see it. We see it. Let's go.
All right. So yes, for number five, I have the Cleveland Cavaliers. Currently they're 4-1.
I told you.
As a team. As a team, they have 117 points per game. They're second in rebounding at 43 rebounds a game. No, actually, no, no, never mind. They have 43 rebounds a game, 24 assists a game. I feel like that's kind of very low for them. But granted, they have their starting point guard out and Darius Garland, so they've been trying to do the best that they can. 6 steals a game and 4 blocks. They're shooting great as a team, 48%, and they're the highest 3 point shooting team at 41%. So they're definitely shooting the ball very efficiently as well, and they have an 80 free throw percentage, which is very high for as a team as well. As you're gonna see. The rest of the people on the rest of the teams on the list are very poor shooting free throw teams. I found that as an interesting fact. So um, definitely had significant wins against the Celtics on Friday night. 41 from Karis LeVert, 41 from Donovan Mitchell. Um, definitely like what I'm seeing. So Donovan Mitchell, um, as as of now, is averaging 31, 4 rebounds and 6 assists, and he has 2 steals, nearly 2 steals a game, and 48. He has a 48, 40, and 88, so he's definitely on track for that 50, 40, 90 season. I do want to apologize because I didn't really think he was a star like that. So nice to see from what I'm seeing, but we'll see.
Should have been in New York, man. Should have
As
been in New York.
Yeah, we'll see as the season go on. Karis LeVert solid. Um, 17 points a game, three rebounds, 6 assists, the same amount of assists as Donovan Mitchell. So they're definitely tied for the assist leaders on the team. And he's been shooting 55% from the 3 point line. 55% from the 3 point line, which is bonkers. Um, Then you have Evan Mobley, 16 points per game, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 57% from the field goal. Um, Very solid. I definitely expected to see a little bit more from him entering the season, but I feel like he's doing a solid job. And then you have Jared Allen, typical 13 points, 11 rebounds, 1 block, and same as Evan Mobley, 57% from the field. So they're definitely doing a solid job over there. I definitely want to see how they uh, are in the long run as the season progresses. Hopefully they have the same type of success. Um, and yeah, maybe what Justin said may come to fruition. They may become a top 4 seed. We'll see. But for right now, they're fifth on the list. For number 4 on the list, I have the Utah Jazz, which is ironic because of the trade. But um, I believe they were second on my list last week, so they're down to 4. They definitely 5-2. Definitely had a loss to the Rockets this week. Kind of put them in the put like a little a little decline on their ranking a little bit, but the same as the Cavaliers. There's 117 per game, 45 rebounds. They're fourth in assists in the league at 28, and then second in steals at 10 a game. 46 from the field, 46% from the field, and then 41 from the 3 point range. Definitely solid on those. Those are definitely good percentages as well. They're also second in 3 points made overall as a team, so they've been shooting threes at a high rate as well. Also with this team, I feel like they're kind of very equally balanced. There's not a real extravagant star on the team. You have Laurie Markkinen at 21 points per game and then 9 rebounds, but he's been shooting very poor from the 3 point line. That's definitely like a down something to look at to why he's been shooting that way. He's been only shooting like 33%. Jordan Clarkson, solid job as we know. 17 and then 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 43 from the field. Kelly Olynyk, 14, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 64% from the 3 point line. Kind of like those percentages are kind of crazy. But granted, he's only shooting uh three 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 3 point attempts a game, so it's like a small sample size, but still shooting 64% is crazy. Colin Sexton, solid 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and then Mike Conley kind of took a step back, and he was averaging about like 9 assists a game. Now he's averaging 7 and 11 points. So I have him at 4. um, yeah, solid job, 5-2. And then at number 3, we have the Phoenix Suns. Definitely defeated my expectation. I thought they were gonna get on a slow start, but I like what I'm seeing from them as well. Again, 117. I feel like everybody's kind of averaging 117 on this list. There's not like really anybody moving at a high rate too much. But yeah, you got 45 rebounds a game. They're second in assists at 29. Um, eight steals per game, and then 4 blocks, which is kind of very low at 4 blocks a game. They're fourth in field goal percentage at 49, shooting 36% from the 3 point line as well. Um, and they're third in free throw percentage as well, which is just a nice, interesting fact at 83. You have Devin Booker nearly scoring 30 points per game, 3 rebounds, and then 5 assists. Has on track for that 50 40 90, 51% from the field, 41% from the 3 point line, 89%. On track for 50 40 90. Then you have Miles Bridges 15, 15, 6, and 4. Also on percentage for that 50 40 90, shooting 62, 40% from the 3 point range, and then 85% from the free throw line. DeAndre Ayton, solid job, 15 points per game, 8 rebounds. Cam Johnson, 11 and 3 rebounds, kind of having a poor shooting season at just at 35% from the 3 point line. Then you have Chris Paul, 10 assists per game, 9 points. We've kind of seen a step back from Chris Paul, which I said in the beginning of the season that Devin Booker needs to take charge of the team, which he has been, which is granted to their success. They're 4-1, but we definitely see Chris Paul struggling out there, shooting very poor, only 33% from the field, 29 from the 3 point range. Definitely struggling to get these shots. He's like 3 for 9 overall, like throughout these games. So he's definitely having a lot of struggles. We definitely seen him get benched in that crucial moments against the Mavs, and they still came out on top, which is something I definitely made a point of, just making sure that Devin Booker's in control of this team. So shout out to them at 3. Then number 2, you have the Portland Trailblazers, another team that defeated the expectations. You have them at 115 a game, 45 rebounds, 21 assists, and then 7 steals a game. Um, their numbers don't really drop out on the paper. They're not really leading in any statistics as a team as well. They're not really top 5 in any category, but they've been winning a lot of games, undefeated. Oh no, not undefeated. Actually 4-1, but they've been doing a good job winning games. You have Damian Lillard having an outstanding season at 31, 5-5, on track for 50, 40, 90 as well, shooting 50%, 39, and then 92 from the free throw. Definitely having a good shooting season. Anthony Simon, 20 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Feel like he could do better in those areas, but definitely been doing a great job. Um, Definitely had an outstanding game this week as well. Um, and you had Jeremy Grant, 15 points per game, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Um, Having a solid shooting with 46% from the field and 40 from the 3 point line, definitely efficient in those areas. Then you have Nurkic at 14 points, 12 rebounds, 1 block a game. Definitely doing a solid job. Shaden Sharp, definitely having a whole lot of highlights with it, showing displaying his athleticism. You definitely see Keldon Johnson. I'm not, yeah, no, not Keldon Johnson. What's, what's his name? Well, yeah, well, they have definitely a lot of young prospects that's athletic, definitely showcasing their abilities. Big shout out to Chauncey Billups, starting off the season correct after that rough start with them last season. So definitely shout out to them. And for number 1 on the list, we have the Milwaukee Bucks. Um, I didn't have them last week, because I felt like they were like 2-0 at the time. They didn't really do anything outstanding. It was just a Giannis show. But I feel like now they kind of proven to be more consistent through the season. Throughout these 2 weeks, 113 a game, 51 rebounds a game, which is the most in the NBA as a team. They also have 8 blocks, which is second in the NBA. Doing a solid job rebounding, defending, scoring. Shooting wise, I noticed that they're having a lot of struggle shooting. Um, Overall, they're shooting as a team 45%, which is kind of low, and they're only shooting 34% from the 3 point and 70% from the free throw line. So they're really kind of struggling shooting the ball. Even though they're winning these games, they are struggling shooting the ball a lot. But granted, they are winning these games, and you have to give credit to that. So they're definitely number 1. Uh, you have Giannis at 34 a game, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, nearly 2 blocks. Granted, this could be another MVP season. Like Giannis is kind of just going crazy. From there, you have Drew Holiday at 18 points per game, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, and a block. As you can see, doing solid job on both sides of the ball. Um, Brooke Lopez at 14 a game, 6 rebounds, and leading the league in blocks, which is kind of a reason why they're second in on blocks as a team, having 3.6 blocks a game, which is outstanding. And then you have Bobby Portis doing a solid job as well, 13 and 10, shooting well from the field as well. So definitely they're definitely in their flow, winning these games and breezing through. As of right now, we're gonna see in the upcoming week if they can sustain this level of play. I definitely like what I seen when they prevailed through to get the win against the Hawks. Giannis had an outstanding fourth quarter, but we're gonna see how teams adjust guarding them and to see if they are going to be the first seed again on the list for next week. So definitely um been doing a solid job. So just to recap, number one is the Bucks, number two is the Trailblazers, three the Suns, four the Jazz, and then five the
Well,
Cleveland
Seb, did
Cavaliers.
you have anything to say about the list?
Um, I actually kind of agree with the list. I just feel like you're throwing a little disrespect on the Atlanta Hawks. I do feel like they definitely should get like a little like they should get some little praise or at least some attention going on. More so than the Utah Jazz. I do like what the Utah Jazz is doing, but I feel like the Atlanta Hawks coming into this, we didn't really understand like not the direction, but how well that Trey Young and DeJounte Murray would mesh together. So I feel like they're figuring out on the fly and they're doing it while winning. So I do feel like a little praise should be deserved in that direction. Um, yeah, more so that.
Granted,
Oh, yeah, Jalen's just being petty because DeJounte Murray used to be a San Antonio Spur. He's a Spurs fan, so now he's trying
not,
to knock headlight
not
on him.
all those teams got better records than them, but yeah,
All right, all right, all right, all
yeah.
right. Moving on to the next segment, though. A new segment called "Broke Too Soon." So basically, what it is, it could be a take or prediction that we've made previously, and we sort of just backpedal on it just due to new developments that we have seen. So, Seb, you can start us off.
To backtrack, I spoke too soon when it came to the Atlanta Hawks. I had them at a playing team, but seeing that the way that DeJounte Murray, Trey Young, and John Collins all meshing well together, I have to take them out the playing team. I put them like and just move them up a little. I mean, I know it's too early in the season, but just off the sample size of what you're seeing, DeJounte Murray is still getting his rebounds, assists, as well as he's putting up points. He's been shooting the three ball a little bit well as well. I think he got this offense where he could just make sure everybody eats correctly, everybody's in the same position, rather than Trey Young being ball dominant and just the only single ball handler. I feel like Trey Young is definitely as well. He's taken a little bit another step. I think it goes a little bit unnoticed when it comes to scoring as well. I feel like he's more like effective when he's scoring now rather than just taking these shots where it's either him or like he just passes out and somebody else has to score to give him like an assist. I feel like this team is gelling well together. I feel like as the season progresses, that they could feel have an identity where it could be like either offense as well as a defense that is solid. I know they took a loss to Milwaukee, but watching that game, I did see them compete at a level where it's a little bit playoff intensity. If you look back, like at least 2 years ago when they made the conference finals and Milwaukee got the best of them, I do feel like they feel like they could be in the upper echelons within the Eastern Conference, and I feel like as the season progresses, we'll see them take steps to becoming in the top ranked teams in the seed in the East.
Wait, did the screen just switch for y'all? My fault.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, all right. So Jalen, you can you can go next. Go ahead.
Yeah. So. As far as the I spoke too soon thing, I'll give an apology to Seb because I didn't really feel like the Knicks were gonna be that. But from what I'm seeing, I definitely like how they're operating as a team. And Jalen Brunson was definitely a needed pickup.
Yeah, boy.
I didn't really feel like him and Kemba Walker really, him like getting him from Kemba Walker. It didn't really make a difference, but I kind of see like he's kind of like the leader and like kind of orchestrating the offense. Julius Randle's not having the ball in his hand as much, and it's really like Jalen Brunson as the point guard, like for the team, like, and I feel like that's what they really needed to orchestrate their offense. They've definitely been playing well, even in late games. They've been sticking it out like more like they've been competing in those late game situations, regardless if they win or lose. I know they had a close game with the Hornets, close game with the Grizzlies, but I kind of like how they're doing it in the crunch. Cam Reddish, like with it, like how he's coming apart. The Knicks, I could have them as a playoff team, but just making it though. Not you feel me. I still have them as a play-in, but I could see them being a playoff team, like in that fifth or sixth spot.
Before I get to mine, I just want to address that statement. Who have the Knicks this year?
Hmm?
Hey, repeat that.
Like, who I know, I want to address that. That take from Jalen. Ask whether they like who have the Knicks beaten this year.
Who has they beaten this year?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not running it back.
Hornets, the
Because,
Pistons, and
because,
the Magic.
because I'm pretty sure all the good teams they faced, they've lost, and
Hmm.
they've beaten bad teams. So,
But
I don't
they,
want,
But
I,
that's the thing you're supposed
I,
to do
I,
as a playoff team.
I just don't want no, but I'm not gonna just big them up and then act like they're beating contending teams. I mean, they're just beating, I guess, like the Orlando Magic, Detroit Pistons. That's not really too impressive to me. Because I feel anytime they face a good team, they lose. So, I just don't want Seb to get too excited. I just seen him starting to smile, and he thinks
Yeah,
that he's
boy. Shout out to the Knicks.
yeah,
Shout out to
um
Jalen Brunson.
he
but
thinks
it,
that
That's
he's
what
it
they
robbing
needed.
right now. But I
That's
got
what you want to see
them.
though. That's all I want to see though.
All right,
yeah,
great, great.
it's what you see though. Yeah, it's what you see.
And that's all great. I'm just saying that I'm not gonna give praise to a teams for beating bad teams. Like, show me that you can beat a good team. Like they have not done that yet, have they?
I mean, you're going against the undefeated Milwaukee
Have
Bucks.
they a good
Ah,
team? Yes or no?
well, no, we'll see. They have a tough schedule coming up, so we'll see.
Have they
Yeah.
beat a good team?
I mean, they've only played 5 games.
Okay, and I'm asking, have they beaten a good team?
Memphis and Milwaukee. That's the only thing you can say. It's only been
Okay,
5 games.
Hmm.
So what
it's
I'm saying
just a
is,
yes or no.
we'll see.
All
The
right, all right,
schedule
but
down
I'm
the line
asking you.
shows.
Okay, I'm asking you a yes or no question. Have they beaten a good team?
No,
No.
not yet.
All
Have
right,
they
so
played majority good
now
teams? They're winning
But
the games that they're supposed to. That's all I'm saying. I'm
yeah,
in high expectations. The games that they're supposed to win, that
okay,
they're
and
playing
I
good.
just agree, and I just agree to that point. Now I asked you a question, and you can't answer it. I just asked, have they beaten a
Answered
good
the question, but it's only been 2 games that they played good teams. That's what I'm saying. I
mm.
answered, but they have not been a good team.
and did
But
they
they
beat
They
played a
either
competed.
of
they
They
them?
played a
definitely
Milwaukee
competed
team
in
that's
those
hot
games.
right now. They played the best team in
Okay,
the league right
okay, I don't care. I don't care if they lost by a half a point. Like they lost is my point. They have not
now.
beaten a
All right,
good team. That's all I'm asking. You don't gotta get so defensive, sub. Like, yeah,
Knicks,
you
man.
haven't
Shout out
beaten
to
a
the
good
Knicks.
team.
Shout out to Jalen
Hmm.
Brunson. I just
Big
like to
shout out to
pick on
Jalen
Jalen
Brunson.
Brunson.
All right. Just for me, I spoke too soon. I had Embiid as my MVP pick. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think Embiid has been aggressive enough for me. He has the body type and skill set to be a lot better than I feel what he plays now. Granted, a lot of teams are throwing a lot of double teams at him and definitely just trying to throw him out of his own game. But even the likes of Shaquille O'Neal and Charles Barkley, shout out to NBA and TNT. They definitely also just said that he should just be just a lot more aggressive. He was snubbed the last years from the MVP award coming in second both times. Like you would expect him, to come out this season and kind of show like he's the best player in the NBA. And I feel he's just taken a step back. He's already missed a game with an injury. I just not have seen the type of aggressiveness that I would like to have seen from him this season. I don't think he's gonna win MVP. Just based off what I seen, I feel that John Morant is gonna win the MVP award. I just think he's too electrifying. Like I said earlier, he's added the 3-point shot game. Um, what he could do on the defensive end, the dunks, him getting to the basket. I feel like he also makes his teammates better. Just when he's going crazy, the Memphis arena goes crazy. I just feel John Morant will be the MVP, and I'm just not sold on Embiid anymore. Um, Moving on to the final segment. We're gonna end it with the hash it or pass it. Just gonna go through various topics that happen throughout the week. So Westbrook comes off the bench for the first time since his rookie season. Sub hash it or pass it.
Hash it. I'd say it shows Westbrook willing to take that step, and accepting the role that he might not be good with, but it's a sacrifice. I've seen that he said in a statement that it's a sacrifice on winning what's best for the team. Last week I guess you said that he wasn't willing to accept the role, and him pulling that hamstring was just him showing that he's not willing to take that role. But what I've seen from Westbrook, he was more than willing to accept it in that Timberwolves game. He looked better with the second unit as well. It's yet to be seen how well that role will fit him coming back when Anthony Davis is fully healthy. But what I did like what I see from him is the more freedom, the more movement that he has with the ball in his hand when he doesn't have to defer to a player like LeBron or AD. I would like to see it translate into wins, but so far it looked good. I do feel like if they had Anthony Davis, that Minnesota game would have been a little bit more different, and then I guess they would have found an identity where Westbrook could come in as a bench player.
Jalen, hash it or pass it. Westbrook comes off the bench for the first time since his rookie season.
Yeah, I'll hash it. Westbrook definitely played better, but respect to Darvin Ham for actually trying to trying this experiment. Because you're 0-6, you got to try something at least to win the game.
They're,
They
they're
still.
on. I'm down number
Oh
one.
well, yeah, zero and
Don't
five.
start adding losses and nowadays they're no, they're not. They're
Yeah,
zero.
okay, but yeah, they're 0-5. Granted, definitely got to try something different. They still lost the game, but um, I respect them for trying like something new. I definitely respect it.
I'll hash it real quick. Shout out to Russell Westbrook for accepting the role. He kind of had to. He really didn't have another choice, or he would have been sent home. And then he also has to realize that other teams, GMs are watching this. He will be a free agent at the end of this year, and teams are gonna have to see, will he accept a bench role. We just seen this with Carmelo Anthony, where he found himself outside the league because after that press conference with Oklahoma City, Seb remembered because that was his team the same year that Damian Lillard sent them home.
That
Um,
was the same year. That was the year before that. But carry on.
either either way,
Carry on.
Carmelo Anthony found himself outside the league. He had the press conference with Oklahoma City. My fault for messing up the year, but we were on the press conference when he was acting like the coming off the bench like he was allergic to it, and he eventually found himself out the league and he had to work his way back. We see it with just certain players that even had a big name but just can't really find a team. Like it's also kind of happening with Dwight Howard right now to where he can't find a team like because GMs just feel like he's just not that same person anymore. So Russell Westbrook, yes, he's still Russell Westbrook, but he has to show that he can now buy into more of just that team first role. He's just not that number one option anymore. He's just lost some of that some of that athleticism. He definitely can't shoot the ball. But he can definitely shout out to Russell Westbrook, man. Damn. Moving on to the next one though. Kyrie Irving anti-Semitic post. There was definitely backlash around that. Jalen has to pass it.
I'll hash it, man. Um,
Here we go. Here we go with Jalen about to make Kyrie
yeah,
like he's the problem. Here we go.
Yeah,
Go.
man. I don't like it, man. I feel like they're just looking for an agenda to push. Granted, Kyrie like posted, but then I remember like on the press conference he said I'm not like promoting it. Like it was a message in there that I was, like interpreting or whatever, but he's not promoting like anti-Semitic stuff. And then like the reporter was like, "Oh no, but you're like trying to still come back." I didn't like that press conference because like I felt like the reporter was kind of out of line trying to like press the issue and stuff, and then I get it if it's like an individual interview, but it's a post game interview. He did not talk about anything about the game or anything, just like straight. Like I just didn't like that, to be honest. And yeah, I just didn't like how that went down, to be honest.
All right, boy. All right, but yo, Jaden likes to dance around everything. Forget the reporter. How do you feel that he posted that? Don't just dance and come
Yeah, I
at the
feel like it's
reporter.
not that big of a deal. Like I'm saying, I feel like they're trying to push an agenda from what I said. Like
How do
he
you
was just
feel
trying to
about
say,
him posting that?
bro, bro,
I
bro,
don't care
Said it
what.
wasn't. You felt like it
bro,
wasn't big of a deal.
bro. Feel like he was just trying to spread a certain message, not that whole topic with like the anti-Semitic shit and all that. It was one specific message in that, you feel me? The thing that he was promoting, like it was one specific message he was trying to display, and that was it. So he wasn't promoting like hate speech or anything, like none of that. It was just one message, and then people was like, "Oh, you both like no," you feel me? I
No,
feel just
no. I
yeah,
definitely respect that opinion. I just want to know how you felt, not how the reporter came at him. I seen the thing that like
yeah.
that's a. I want to know how you felt about Kyrie Irving doing that. But thank you for that. Seb, same for you. How should I pass it? Kyrie Irving.
Hasha, just to piggyback off what Jalen said, I do feel like the media is just trying to, pick something out because Nets are 1-5. I feel like they want to take something outside of basketball and try to bring it in. If you see, the reporter was actually trying to feed Kyrie into saying he was promoting it. Kyrie the whole time is disagreeing that he wasn't promoting it, that he wasn't promoting it. Kyrie even said that he said he took a certain topic, not what the whole thing represented about being anti-Semitic. I feel like that is just being thrown around due to all these upcoming events that's occurring and people using anti-Semitic references and phrases. I do feel like it's a time where people wanted to be more educated about it, but I do feel like Kyrie's smart enough to know what is like anti-Semitic and what's not. I knew when he posted that it wasn't coming from a place of hatred or anything of that source. And you see, even when the general manager or the owner, I believe, in the Brooklyn Nets said he was disappointed in Kyrie. Kyrie even spoke up and responded saying that I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm against that. I do want to be educated on what things. But Kyrie is eligible for his own beliefs as well. I don't believe that Kyrie comes in a place of hatred. I feel like he's more peaceful. He wants everybody to be in a peaceful situation. He's one of those guys. But what he has in his beliefs has nothing to do with the hatred. I feel like the reporter was wrong for even trying to promote that or even carrying that out or even using the word promote to be exact. Because if you look at it, Kyrie even said himself, he's like, I am not promoting it. I'm just taking what a certain piece of what somebody said and I'm just using it. And that's his belief. He's not wrong for having his belief. No, he's not wrong for having his own beliefs. But I do feel like the reporter was out of line for that.
Hmm.
All right. I'll pass. Moving on. The Bucks undefeated start. They have started off 5-0. Seb, how should I pass it?
Uh Hash it because if you really look at it, they're missing guys like Chris Middleton and Pat Connaughton. But you see Giannis elevating his play, elevating the ones around him to really get off and show that last year was that should have been our years to go back to the finals. So we want to send a message to the league that the Milwaukee Bucks is coming, that they're coming. I do feel like Giannis is taking that step again to becoming another MVP, having a third MVP under his belt. I feel like he has that hunger and desire to dominate the league. And right now, he's looking like one of the best player, if not the best player in the NBA right now. So I'll hash it for that reason.
All right, Jalen, how should I pass it? Bucks undefeated start.
Hash it. I feel like they're gonna lose this week. Um, I feel like it ends. Like I said, when I was doing like the top teams, they're shooting very poor. But granted, like Giannis, like I said from like the Hawks game, he just kind of took over in the fourth quarter. But I see like they're kind of really struggling shooting more so, and Giannis kind of been saving them because they only shooting only 34% from the 3-point line and 70% from the free throw. So Granted, they kind of predicated their like winning these games based on their defense, but I feel like it's kind of like a flaw that's kind of evident, but it's kind of getting overlooked because you're winning the games.
Um, I'll hash it. Like I said earlier, I had the Bucks, going to the NBA Finals and winning it all. And Giannis with the Finals MVP, and I had them going all the way, kind of due to Giannis Antetokounmpo and his dominance. Like Seb said, it's even a little bit more impressive due to the fact that they are missing Chris Middleton, which is their second best player. But I also want to shout out Brooke Lopez for what he has done in this early season, what he's done defensively. I think has been big for them. He's also spreading the floor with that 3-point shot. Just shout out to the whole team and shout out to the coaching of Mike Budenholzer. I just think he's done a great job to just work with what he has right now, and I just think they have just been very disciplined on the defensive end. So shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks. Moving on, Josh Primo released from the Spurs due to an sup- supposed allegation that he exposed himself to multiple women. Um, Jalen, you being a Spurs fan, I guess I'll start with you. How should I pass it?
Uh, I'll hash it for a quick second. I didn't really expect it from Josh Primo. Definitely shocked the hell out of me, but I feel like that's the appropriate discipline to do. To be honest, yeah.
All right, Seb, how should I pass it? Josh Primo released by the Spurs.
I'll pass it, but he on some bullshit.
All right, I'll pass as well. I just don't really know the minute details of the situation. I just read the report. He just exposed himself. Is there more to it? Was it just a misunderstanding? Who knows? I don't know. I hope the Spurs organization just handles that internally, and I think, like Jalen said, they made the right move just to release him from the team. Especially I think after what we kind of heard about the Ime Udoka situation. Um, I don't think teams just want to, especially right now, just let something like this slide if there's any type of accusation. So shout out to the Spurs for how they handled that. Um, and lastly, Klay Thompson ejected for the first time in his career. We all seen when he was ejected during the Suns game. Him and Devin Booker started arguing. Klay Thompson just keeps putting up the four fingers, implying that he has four championships. Devin Booker's on the side like that. Oh, that's great, but right now we're whooping your ass right now, and you're playing like crap. So Seb, hash it or pass it. Klay Thompson ejected for the first time in his career.
Hash it because I feel like mentally Clay's strong mentally, but I feel like is the game is just not caught up to him missing those years because of these injuries. He had the ACL injury, then found an Achilles injury. Though he did come back for the championship run and did average 19. It's not the Clay Thompson we was used to seeing when it was just the Splash Brothers duo. We seen a more effective and lethal shooting Clay. We seen a Clay that scored like 60 points off like 11 dribbles or so. I think something of that nature. We've seen a Clay that could really heat up at any given moment, that could really torch teams from the 3 point line without even have to take a single dribble. So I think that mentally is getting to Clay's head to where he's scoring like 0 for 8 from three, where he's just not getting a flow of things. He's not getting his legs back yet. I think that plays a role in it. But I think Clay just saying all these stuff and just antagonizing the Suns. I know he got 4 rings, and just letting him know, just like, yo, I'm playing like shit right now, but I'm still here and I'm still one of them players. So I give it time for Klay Thompson to really just get his game back together. I think it's still like he's still like dealing with the woes of missing out for like the games that he's missed. So I do feel like give it like a couple months where we really see Clay dominating or taking over the game, where it doesn't have to be heavily relied on Steph Curry or even Jordan Poole to a certain extent now. But I do feel like it's taking a mental toll on him, and that's why he's getting ejected and acting out the way he does. But after a while, I feel like it's gonna all settle in, and Clay Thompson gonna go back to that player that we once knew him to be as.
Muted.
Just was muted. Okay.
Classic Klay Thompson ejected for the first time in his career.
I love it, man. I like that intensity. I love the shit talking. Like I love it. You feel me? It's like the NBA's back, you know. You feel me? I don't like friendly competition and all that. I like the back and forth. You feel me? I feel like Granted, he got ejected, but I feel like it's a good moment. Like it just for me personally, I just like that intensity. You feel me? That they're really competitors and really like taking that matchup serious. Devin Booker and Clay, like they're really going at it. Usually, like when you see these star matchups, it's all like, you feel me? Like too passive more so.
Friendly,
That
yeah,
I like that
exactly.
intensity. Like, you feel me? Like they really competing at a high level.
Yeah, I feel like a playoff atmosphere
Um,
that they were saying.
right. I'll hash it, but I just want to kind of talk about the aspect of I feel like the refs, especially now, I feel they're kind of excessive with all the text and just throwing people out. Like, at the end of the day, it's basketball. As long as there's no pushing or shoving or any fighting, and like anything that could lead to any type of violence. But if they're just talking back and forth, I feel like you just gotta let them talk. Cause listen, man, like I don't want to see one of these refs get hurt, man. I also seen like the Steve Nash thing, and Steve Nash got ejected, and they're trying to hold Steve Nash back, and Steve Nash never even comes across like the guy to even really get upset like that. So I feel like these refs, I think they're just having just a little too much power, and I feel like they're just, that's ruining the game. Like I feel before Klay Thompson got ejected, yeah, he was struggling, but the team was like only down 5 or 6 points. What
Mm,
him just the fact he can get hot at any second just keeps the floor spacing for the Warriors still very open. Just taking him off the court, I feel after that the Suns definitely just ran away with the game. So I think we just gotta lessen all the texts and just throwing people out the game, man. Like I said, if it's nothing physical, then just let them play out there. But that's gonna do it for this week's episode of It's Debatable NBA edition. I want to thank all the fans and supporters for all the love that they have shown. Um, Definitely follow us on Instagram, Snap or Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Seven Jalen will definitely tell y'all the
mm-hmm.
where to follow on that. But like I said, I just want to personally thank everybody, and we're gonna keep trying to push out content for y'all, and keep trying to work. So if y'all got anything to say,
Absolutely.
Nah.
all right, well, yeah, well.